Good morning and welcome to chapel. Today is Wednesday, April 7th, 2004. I'm Laurie Kennedy.
And I'm Aaron Blomberg. Please stay tuned for this commercial break.
Look, cheese! I love cheese!
Let's try it once more. Let's see how you sing.
The rest of this broadcast will be presented commercial-free thanks to our sponsors, the Student Senate. Besides the elections being held today in Shortus, Aaron, what's our top story?
Iraqi insurgents and rebellious Shiites challenged a U.S.-led occupation force on two fronts Tuesday, mounting a string of attacks across the south and fighting pitched battles against Marines in the turbulent city of Fallujah. 64 Iraqis and 2 coalition soldiers, including an American, died in the violence Tuesday, bringing the three-day total to 18 Americans and 134 Iraqis killed in the worst fighting since the war that toppled Saddam Hussein's regime.
Aaron, remember the woman who claimed that she bought and lost a $162 million lottery ticket? She was found guilty Tuesday of filing a false police report. She was fined $1,000 and 50 hours of community service. Alicia Battle, 41, of Cleveland, also was ordered to pay $5,596.71 in restitution for police overtime, security, and other costs related to the case.
This morning we have Caroline Wright joining us for our weather. Caroline, what can you tell us about what's going on?
And today's weather is brought to you by Wonderground.com, the weather underground. This is our affectionately known United States, a little bit of creamsicle color, orange juice going on down in Florida, topped with a little bit of Caribbean blue up north, which is unfortunately not Caribbean-like at all, and a shout out to California just because it's there. Sad to say, we're stepping in on a little bit of an emotionally unstable week here. We've got partly cloudy, chance of rain, partly cloudy, chance of rain, and I'm crying and I don't really know why. On to our local area, which I'd like to say is spontaneously green. However, it's always green. I-95 is looking a little slimy, so be careful if you're heading home down there for Easter this weekend. And we have a special guest appearance from Mr. Waning Gibeus, formerly known as our moon, who apparently sank into the black hole of April 19th. So be careful on that day. Hey guys, what's up?
Hey.
Hey, how's it going?
Waxing hole, April 19th. Got
Waxing
it.
hole. So I have a shoe for the waxing hole to hide into.
Okay.
Thank you, Caroline. And now on to Bob with our sports report.
In the NCAA, UConn's victory for the men's Division I National Championship tops the sports world today. UConn dominated most of the game, defeating Georgia Tech 82-73. But Georgia Tech rallied the last 2 minutes of the game to come back with from a 25-point deficit. It was a good run for a team without a national championship. Well, baseball season started yesterday, and you know what that means. It's time for my Cubbies to start it off. Well, yesterday, they pulled off a win with Kerry Wood at the mound, winning 7-5. It was a great game. The Steve Bartman ball is blown up. It's over. It's a whole new season. The rest of the team started as well. There was no snow this year. Last year, the season was a week back, and there were blizzards. But this year, no problem whatsoever. So Cubs season's underway. I'm excited. Good times ahead. One of the major golf tournaments will be played this week, basically in our backyard. The Masters will kick off this weekend in Augusta, just a little under an hour away. Let's see if Tiger Woods can pull off some of his magic to take another title. CIU's City Basketball League played hard last night with a 56-55 loss to the number 4 seeded team. This completes their season, but it was a good run and it was a good season. A lot of good basketball play. Well, Lori, back to you.
Thanks, Bob. In today's Under the Surface, Grace Marie caught up with a couple students that participated in one of CIU's premier events, Columbia Conference 2004. Grace Marie?
Thanks, Lori. This past weekend, CIU hosted Columbia Conference 2004. There was over 400 high school students on our campus for us to pour into and minister to. And there was many exciting speakers, exciting food, fun and games, many things that went on that were very enjoyable. But one memory that's sticking out in everyone's mind is a randomly gross skit that was performed Saturday morning. In that game, he put together a mixture, a drink, and blended it of these types of ingredients. It was dog food, cat food, a peanut butter sandwich made from his armpits, mustard in his nose that was shot out in the drink, and not to forget the very last clipping of his armpit hair in it. And three of our students participated in drinking this concoction down. Carissa, Wade, and Matt. And Matt was unavailable for questioning in this situation. But with us right now, we have Carissa and Wade to answer a few questions about this. What was the very first thing that crossed your mind?
For me, it was all for the kids. Do it for the kids. I like to think about it.
I just thought, get this stuff down as quick as possible and leave and drink some water.
When you were drinking this concoction and gulping it down, what ingredient stuck out to you the most?
I wouldn't say it was a specific ingredient. I think it was the mixture of all of it that made it so disgusting. I think the hardest thing to go down with was probably the oil that was in the cat food, because even like afterwards, the water really didn't help get rid of the taste that was in your mouth.
The ingredient that stuck out the most was definitely the cat food. I hate cats, and I told guys and the girl before, if a chunk hit my throat, I would immediately gag. And so when I started to chug, I felt the cat food just hit my teeth.
Carissa, many people were surprised to see a girl on stage for this type of event. But not only were you participating in it, but you were also the first one to gulp it down and finish it. What was your motivation for hoping you had this type of success?
Well, first of all, the nasty taste, for sure. I just wanted to be done with it. But when I saw that I'd finished first, of course I was quite pleased, and I was actually shocked that the two of them were still struggling to get it down. So that's why I did the little shaking the glass thing, just to encourage them and say, no, it really isn't that bad.
Wade, as we all know, and as Carissa just responded to, you did get beat by a girl in this, and how do you feel about it?
The game was not to finish first. There were no specific rules of the game. It was just, let's go up there and let's drink this glass. Let's do it for the kids. That was my motivation, you know. I mean, I went up there, I took one sip, looked over, saw Layman struggling, and then looked down and saw Carissa's glass was empty. And so I was just, wow, this girl is amazing.
So next time any of you guys decide to complain about the cafeteria food, just remember to be thankful that Mark's not the one cooking it. Thanks, Laurie, and back to you.
Thanks, Grace Marie. Aaron, anything happening in the local news?
Well, Lori, in local news, gas stations are experiencing drive-offs due to the high price of gasoline. Many of the targeted areas are located right off the interstate. They're resulting with a pay-before-pumping policy. This solution is being used across the state nowadays, and law enforcement officials are saying it's the best they can do to help these crimes decrease.
Entertainment Edge is huge this morning. CIU Players presents Journey into Oblivion, a night of one-act comedies, April 23rd through the 25th at 8 p.m. in Hoke Auditorium. Tickets are $3 for students and senior citizens, $5 for adults, and children under 12 are free. Reserve your tickets at ciuplayers@aol.com. Coming up this weekend, join Dr. and Mrs. Murray for the Easter Sunset Service, April 11th at The Point, beginning at 6:30 p.m. This event will be sponsored by the MK Passengers.
The much in-demand Red Army freshman t-shirt will be on sale today and Friday in the cafeteria. Finally, Taylor's Trail has produced a brand new CD and will be on sale tomorrow for $7. It can be picked up from the Performing Arts Office from Lauren Hansen.
Many of you remember the fateful night at formal open dorms when West One's hall video failed to be shown due to technical difficulties. Today we have Mr. Lipton with us to give us an update on when we can expect to see it.
Thank you, Laurie. Much like the Christian band Stryper has made their recent return to the stage after a long absence, the West One video will be shown next week in all of its glory after chapel. No, wait. Glory does not prove to be sufficient in describing the video, so I will once again go back to my previously coined word, scrumtralescent. Before I go, I want to leave you with this one last thought. Thank you, Laurie. Back to you.
Thanks, Mr. Lipton. Wednesday, April 14th, West One's video will air immediately following chapel. In today's Ask and Answer, Do They Mix writes, Dear CINN, with all the different stands either taken or not by Christians, how do you think we should respond? Thanks. Do They Mix, Columbia, South Carolina. Jeremy, what's your take?
How should we respond? We should look at politics as one of the most important mission fields in America. This country is the most powerful in the world, and year after year, the red diaper doper babies, and that's neo-commies, humanists, and secularists, are gaining more of a footing. 40 years ago, nobody would have believed that the homosexual lifestyle would ever be mainstream, let alone that homosexual marriages would be pseudo-legalized. If we're going to keep this country from falling apart, it's going to take the true Christians in this country standing up and taking a stand. Right now, the vocal minority run this country, and it's simply because the truth-holding majority feel like they have no right to tell others what is really right. We have every right, obligation, to make sure that we tell others what is really right. We Christians, while holding that the Bible is true, forget that it is true in all aspects of life, including politics. You want to know whether abortion is wrong? Check the principles found in the Bible. You want to know if communism is wrong? Check the principles found in the Bible. The Bible doesn't just have one answer regarding salvation, it has all the answers, everything that we need to live a godly life, which means everything that we need to determine what is a correct political view. How should we respond? We should stand up and take the political system by storm before we no longer have a voice. Lori, Aaron?
Thanks, Jeremy. That is actually something I agree with you immensely. Well stated.
Thank you.
It has been our pleasure to bring you another thought-provoking newscast. Please stay tuned. Dave Gentino brings us another quality SMC announcement, followed by Matt Lehman and Dr. Byer.